When people go to prison, they're often shut off from the outside world, but two inmates at the state penitentiary have a unique opportunity to let others into their world with a new podcast. Bella Craft tells us how they say incarceration has helped lead them down a path to change.
This might not be what you'd expect to find behind a prison cell door.
I would say just to know that just because we're in prison doesn't mean we're not human.
This renovated prison cell is now a workspace for a podcast made by two residents of the North Dakota State Penitentiary.
It means a lot. It gives us opportunity to feel human again.
With the help from donors and a business plan, Zach and Antonio were able to kick off their Chainz to Changed podcast this year.
Of course, everything in prison is a process, and it took a while to get there.
A while, in this case, means more than 6 years trying to jumpstart the project. But they say the wait was worth it.
And it's fun to edit in because you get to go back and hear the work and put it together, and it kind of helps me get back to things that I used to do when I was on the outside before I came to prison.
If you're out and about and want to tune into the podcast, this is what you'll hear.
You're listening to the Chainz to Change podcast.
Recorded from inside the walls of the North Dakota State Penitentiary in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Zach and Antonio interviewing fellow inmates and other high-ranking staff members to get different perspectives on the prison system. One of the biggest takeaways they want people to get from listening to their work is to reduce the stereotypes of people in prison. They want people to know those who are locked up are more than what they did to get in there.
People, I think, forget about people when they go to prison. You did this, now you're here for X amount of years. But when people are getting out of prison, these people also want to know, hey, what did you do with your life while you were in prison? Are you going to be the same person when you got out? Or are you going to be the same? And so people need to know that people are working on themselves in here.
Antonio and Zach are continuing not only to work on the podcast, but their own lives as well, by being mentors to younger residents in their unit.
That people can change, no matter what they've done in the past. They overcome it, they can change. And if we can change, maybe the world and the community can change also and give us a second chance.
They say the second chances they've been given led to this podcast, which they hope gives second chances to others. In Bismarck, I'm Bella Craft, reporting for your news leader.